If your parents were hung upside down on a tree by their breasts/nuts, and you were a child watching, then I'm happy that happened to you. You should be happy that happened to you. Truthfully, trauma is really a sign that God thinks you're a G. And you know what? A lot of Christians like to hide behind some PC, like, oh, well, the reason why God allows evil is because of this and that, and they go all PC and all nice about it. I'm here to tell the truth, okay? I'm going to give you the actual truth here. Buckle up. You're about to have your mind blown. So, I believe in something called Molinism, which is a theological worldview. There's Calvinism, Arminianism, and Molinism. I follow Molinism. I've given a lecture as to why. I have an ebook, website, Discord. Check it out there. But I'm going to go over the basics and how this relates to God knowing you'd suffer trauma, and it meaning that God thinks you're a G. So first we'll establish what God's ultimate goal is, or what God's ultimate goal likely is, considering God is a maximally great being, and that includes being morally perfect, an absolute loving being. We can infer that God's ultimate goal is to bring as many people as possible into a loving relationship, a consensual loving relationship with Him through Jesus Christ. That's what we can infer. So this is why God doesn't force people to be Christians and just show up like, hey, I'm God, now you believe in me. That's why it doesn't appear to everyone individually, but that's also why He's given some evidence via many different methods, which I've gone over on this channel, for people to come to Him willingly, those with an open heart. So given that, God had, in Molinism, God has absolute knowledge of everything that will happen, but also everything that could happen. So when God decided to actualize a world, right, actually make a world the real world, He knew what everyone, all these free creatures could possibly do and what they would do. And He decided to actualize the world where His ultimate goal is fulfilled the best. So that would be the world we're in right now. Now realize, it's very important to realize here that everyone still has choices. God knows what everyone could do and will do, but people still have choices. It was my choice to start recording this YouTube video. Although God knew I would do it, I still made the choice myself. The reason why I emphasize this is because this is different from something like Calvinism, which is the typical Protestant view, which is like, well, God makes you do things. Predestination. God made me make this YouTube video. I didn't choose to make this video. God made me to make this video. And likewise, God made you watch this video. I don't believe in Calvinism. I already, like I said, lecture, ebook, I've gone over why I don't believe in Calvinism, but realize everything is your own choice. Okay, keep that in mind. You have free will. Given that, God actualized this world with this goal in mind. And also understand that God never gives you something you can't handle. This is why people who, they kick the chair and they go, those people are losers. Those people are psychotills. They ran from the grind. God never gives you something you can't handle. I don't care if your balls got chopped off as a child. I mean, that's terrible. And I'll mention here that I'm not here to say, like, my trauma is worse than anyone else's trauma. This guy's trauma is worse than this guy's trauma. Everyone has trauma. Everyone has issues. That's not the point here. The point here is that realize what everything I just said means. God knew, didn't make, but knew you'd end up going through trauma. And God never gives you something you can't handle. So that means that God thinks you're a G because God gave you something on the plate that you can handle that most other people can't. Because I probably can't deal with some people's trauma and some people probably can't deal with my trauma, but God made me specially to deal with mine. He knew I would go through what I would go through, but He knows He can get out of it. He has the option to get out of it if He wants. So this is something to be proud of, because the maximally great being, okay, forget our lowly brains, forget my brain. I'm just a human. I'm a very smart human. I happen to be one of the smartest humans in the world, probably the smartest. But realize that even me, God is so much greater than me in terms of intelligence. And He thinks, almost knocked it over, He thinks you are equipped to go through your trauma and make it out. Now, let's extrapolate here. Let's look at the bigger picture that comes with Molinism. Firstly, realize the world goes on. Okay, this is the first thing you have to understand. When it comes to things like trauma, why did God give me trauma, all this other stuff? Realize the world goes on. Okay? The world goes on. People die. People are born. People get killed by pigeons. Seriously, look it up. We don't believe in predestination here. We're not Calvinists, as I went over. We believe in free will. But we don't believe in predestination in the Calvinist sense, right? God makes us do things. No. God knows what we'll do. God knows what we could do, but doesn't make us do it. We believe in free will. We make our own choices. You did something bad. That's your fault. God didn't make you do that. I picked up this bottle. I did that. I recorded this amazing video. Or I am recording this amazing video. I did that. Okay? My decision. You have the free will to be a loser, or the free will to be Sekatil. I gotta get used to using that word more. Sekatil. And you also have the free will to be a winner. And understand that with God's knowledge, he understands what could happen and what will happen. So what could happen are possible worlds, including what actually does happen in the future. These are possible worlds. Now, when a philosopher, I'm a professional at everything, so I'm going to call myself a philosopher. When a philosopher says something like, well, a possible world, that just means a way the world could have been. In a possible world, this bottle is blue instead of green. In a possible world, this hair tie right here is green instead of gray. Okay? Possible worlds, this stuff can happen. So possible world is just the way the world could have been. There's a possible world where you are a winner and you achieve, think about everything you want in life, right? Think about it. Let it soak in. There's a possible world where you have all that. And there's also a possible world where you're a bum on the side of the street, panhandling for money. Or maybe there's an impossible world where you get killed by a pigeon because you're so weak that a pigeon has outpowered you. Understand that. And understand it's up to you using your free will. God knows what you'll do. God knows if you'll be a pansy and end up getting killed by a pigeon. God knows if you'll end up making it out and achieving your goals. God knows what will happen. But it's up to you to actualize it. It's completely your free will. You have complete and utter control over your destiny. Okay, we don't believe in predestination, because predestination is really, to me, I think a lot of it's a cop-out to be, well, God made me fat, so that's why I'm fat. Moron. Anyways, the bigger movement here is, so we have the macro, we have the bigger picture, now we have the bigger movement here, all right? Build back Christian men, okay? This is saying no to predestination. This is saying no to all this soapbox Christianity. Well, we should get along with everyone because, that's what Jesus did. It's not what Jesus did. Jesus was flipping tables. Jesus called people out when they did something wrong, okay? What being Christian's about, what a lot of it's being about, is doing the right thing. And doing the right thing includes improving yourself, because what does the Bible say about, providing for others, protecting others, all this other stuff? It says, as a man, this is the stuff you have to do. So it's up to us to actually actualize this using our free will. Okay, so you get in the gym. Start learning. Watch more of my videos. You learn so much. You're going to be so smart after just watch 2 of my videos. You're going to get hooked and you're going to binge through all of them, but just watch 2 of my videos. You're going to be smarter than the average person. You're going to be so smart if you start watching my videos. Okay? Or you could be a moron and just click off and not watch any of my other videos. And not check out my website. Give me your email so I can sell you stuff in the future. Good stuff. Send you newsletters. Good information. Join my Discord so you can join the movement. And follow me on Instagram, because once I get a certain amount of followers, I'll start doing stories. And trust me, my stories, no one makes stories the way I do it. So with all that being said, always remember, think about the worst things that ever happened in your life. Think about your trauma. Your mom dying, your dad being hung upside down by his nuts and you watching it all happen. Being like Batman, your parents get killed in an alley. Your arm gets chopped off by some serial killer. All of this stuff, right? Realize you should be happy about all this. It's good that this stuff happened to you. Maybe your mom caught you jerking off. You should be happy that happened. For the reasons I stated in this video. So with that being said, I already gave the call to actions: website, Discord, Instagram. This is Down to Third. Subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video.